Buongiorno baddies, welcome back to another video. Today's first question is, the ratios of losses to wins for Kyle's team is 3-2. If the team had played the same number of games but had won twice as many of its games, then what would be the ratio of losses to wins? I kind of screwed that up, the reading, I mean. But what I read basically has the same meaning as the text, so who really cares? So, since we have these 3 parts and these 2 parts, in total there are 5 parts, which means that if they currently have won 2/5 of it, excluding the losses out of your mind for now, if we had won double times 2, they would have won 4/5 of the games, which leads 1/5 of the games to be losses. So 4/5 wins, 1/5 losses. And since 1/5 is 1/4 of 4/5, this means that the ratio would have been 1-4, which is a nice thing to dream about, but unfortunate. Anyway, the ratio of pennies to dimes in a jar is 2-5, and there are a total of 245 pennies and dimes in the jar. How many pennies should be added to make the ratio of pennies to dimes be 3/7? So at the moment, 2/7 of the coins in the jar is pennies, because there are 7 parts in total. So then we just multiply, and since this is 35, there are 70 pennies in the jar at the moment. However, we're not going to go the same way as above because that would be boring. Instead, we are going to pull back our butterfly method and say that let x be the amount of coins, the amount of pennies, because they're not adding any more dimes, amount of pennies that they add to the jar. So 70 plus x over 245 plus x. And since there are 3 and 7, which means that there are 10 parts in total, so this is 3 over 10. And that's going to be our ratio. So now we do our butterfly method. I don't know what they called it. Like, the butterfly method feels kind of like bland, whatever. Not time for ranting. This is time for solving, and we are not going to waste our time on ranting about butterflies on, like, the AMC 8 or something, or wherever this came from. Who knows? Well, it actually came from a book, but who knows? Who knows times 2. Anyway, so 3 times 245, 3 times 200 is 600. 600 plus 120, which is 720, plus 15, which is 735, plus 3x. Minus 3x on both sides, we get 700 plus 7x, equivalent to 735. You might already be able to tell it at this point, but I'm just going to keep going just in case you can't. 7x is equivalent to 35. You have to have seen it by this point, right? So x is equivalent to 5. So that means, that was not a highlighter. That means that x is 5, which also means that they added 5 pennies, which is also our answer, which is also the end of this video. Smooth transition, man. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new, and I shall see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.